With the recent release of The Last of Us Part 1, a beautiful remake of the original masterpiece, Naughty Dog's path has been cleared to fully focus their efforts towards their next project, which we learned at Summer Games Fest 2022 would be the long-awaited Factions 2, a fully standalone multiplayer taking place in The Last of Us universe. We learned that it takes place in San Francisco, it has a story and characters, and controversially, this spore cloud seems to point towards there maybe being a battle royale. But we also learned at Summer Games Fest that we would likely not hear much more information about this game until 2023. But there have been a few things that have recently come to light that point to this game actually making good progress and maybe actually being close to ready. Dr. Pooplove here, and today I want to talk about 3 hints that Factions 2 is getting close. And if you're as ready as I am for this game to come out, then hit that like button so we can spread the poop love around the world. But let's get right into it. The first thing is that apparently this game is actually in a playable state. We did have leaks a while back that showed off some gameplay of what was probably at the time more so a basic multiplayer add-on mode for The Last of Us Part 2, but since they have re-envisioned the scope and size of this game, it appears that whatever they now have planned is at least in a somewhat playable form, because the game's director, Vinith Agarwal, tweeted the following. Just gotta say it. Had some fun-ass times playing our game at the office today. Work LAN party with your team is an unbeatable vibe. So basically, the Naughty Dog devs have been playing Factions 2, and it's at least complete enough so that they can have some fun-ass times. And so, at least if it's playable, perhaps that means that we can get some sort of a beta at a minimum fairly soon, but there are still some other signs pointing towards this project moving along in the right direction. And with that, we can rely on an oldie but a goodie, the job postings, or should I say the lack thereof. Earlier this year, there were a large amount of multiplayer job postings unfilled, and in a video I made around that time, I explained that there seemed to be some critical positions that needed to be filled before signs would point to this game being close, like the senior monetization economy designer, which was there forever, would probably be pretty critical to this game's release. Well, that position is finally no longer listed, which to me says that either the spot has finally been filled, or perhaps the Bungie acquisition has allowed for some talent at that studio to kind of help Naughty Dog navigate the monetization space that they would need to for the release of this game. And a lot of the other jobs are no longer listed anymore, which to me is just a good sign in that it seems that they are beginning to have the staff support that they actually need to get this game ready. But there's even more information that we have that further points out the progress that seems to be happening with this game, and that is a tweet from Naughty Dog's video editor, who hinted that he is getting back to work after the release of The Last of Us Part 1, and the implication here is that he is working on a trailer for this game. And this means 2 things. 1, that he must actually have some usable in-game footage from which to work with. And 2, it seems that the only major thing standing in the way of us getting that official video teaser trailer is, well, actually making the video for it. But just because the trailer is ready doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to show it right away. Sony and Naughty Dog may have specific plans as to when to show this, and of course, the game may not be ready just yet, and that is important for a specific reason. One thing we have learned from Sony and Naughty Dog's recent marketing strategy is that they are announcing and releasing their games in a short window of time. The Last of Us Part 1 was officially announced in June and then released in September. I imagine that with a multiplayer game, you would want that window of time to be even shorter, because these types of games have some serious competition and you need hype levels to be swelling to the max in order to be successful. And so basically, I think that once we see this trailer, we will be on the path to getting this game very soon thereafter. Now, some might be speculating about the upcoming Last of Us Day. And my thought is that really, I don't think we're going to see it. I think that part of the reason that Neil even stated that we would learn something in 2023 is to kind of stall out the continual questioning that people have as to where is this game and why aren't you showing anything from it. I think by telling us we'd learn more in 2023, it likely means that we aren't going to hear anything at The Last of Us Day. But, at the most, they may put out a blog post where they kind of mention it. And so there may be some slight additional bit of information that we can get from there. I'll definitely be keeping a close eye, but I don't think it's going to be anything super substantial. But overall, it seems that the stars are aligning on this game, with The Last of Us HBO coming early next year, a perfect cross-promotional opportunity for this multiplayer, with Sony stating that they have 12 live service games coming by 2026, 3 of which are projected to be ready by March 2023, and Neil's promise of us learning more information in 2023, I think it's safe to say that this game is making the type of progress that we would be hoping it would be making, and hopefully that means that we will get something very soon. But wondering when we will see more of Factions 2 is only one of the many questions surrounding this game. Another is, how can this game have a story? Well, I attempt to answer that question in this video right here. You should check it out. But otherwise, so long, Pooper Troopers.